Good evening,
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Non-gender specific folks and everyone else who's joining us here tonight.
That was partly good. We did kind of
That
good.
was bad, honestly. Of the people, of the guests who I've had do my stream intro, that was pretty good. With my friend Chris, we had to do that like 3 times over.
Okay.
So,
I should do it in the Albert voice.
Do it. You know what? Hit us with the Albert voice.
Alright. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, non-gender specific folks, and everyone else who's joining us here tonight.
What?
Peep, do you not know who Albert is? He's one of the characters from WSP and Co.
Okay.
Yeah,
Regardless,
this is the only character I voice.
Regardless, hello everyone! Hey chat, how y'all doing tonight? Today, as you can see, we have 2 special guests, and possibly more, I'm not entirely sure. But we have 2 good friends of mine, 2 you may know quite well. We have Forgotten, no, sorry, that's your old username, I'm still used to that. We got,
You gonna dead name me, Ashby?
no, it was, well, you just changed your username.
Yeah.
No,
I changed it like months ago, it was like half a year ago!
I don't know why.
We were just talking about it too.
You know what? I'm ending the stream. I'm ending. Bye, guys.
Alright, alright.
Okay, starting from the top, we've got my good friend Dev here, who you may know. He has helped me with a lot of art. Is very talented. And we also have Peep here, who has helped me with some vocals, and is also very talented. So feel free to say hi, guys.
Hi. No. I said no alien voice.
I'm sorry. That wasn't even with the filter.
That was
Yeah. Wait, you should do it with the filter.
Teirlist wrong in the title. Does this stream look like one I'm putting effort into? I didn't even make a proper thumbnail.
That's actually the most serious stream ever. Oh, okay. Is this Dev's alien pet?
It's his pet Blacephalon.
I see.
Well, anyways, we've got about 84 people here in chat, 85 people here in chat, so we should probably go ahead and give them what they're here for, I say. So, what the plan?
Hello, people! Hello! Hi! I just saw you, like, get so close to the camera.
Oh, yeah, you guys are having that stream delay. What's poppin' here today is that, we are doing a tier list. I, technically, but with friends to give me their opinions on my opinions. A tier list of all the different islands in My Singing Monsters. All the tier list of all the monsters, but what's probably more key is the island songs themselves. So, that's what's happening today. That's
all islands were created equal.
They certainly were not, and this video will prove
Yes, they were. You cannot deny equal rights.
Oh, what I'm gonna
do of all islands
is I'm gonna share my screen to you guys in VC so you guys can actually see.
Yeah.
And you can hear the songs at the same time as me. Because basically, we got a tier list here. We got all the islands, including the Mirror Islands, since they were just given different songs, and I will be ranking them separately from their regular counterparts.
I actually haven't heard them.
Well, this will be your first time hearing them then. I'm actually gonna. No, Tribal has a song. I'm gonna move Coliseum, and is Composer on here? Composer's on here. We'll move those to the back since they don't have songs, obviously, so we're not gonna rank those. But everything else will be ranked. Everything else in the MSM franchise. The franchise. So yeah, that's what we'll be doing today. Starting off with, where is Plant Island? We'll be listening to them and then giving our thoughts. Obviously, a lot of us have probably heard most of these before, if not all of them. But you know, you can't hear that. Wait, you can't hear. No, okay, you can hear Devin Peep. I think that's just someone else's. I was for a second like, have they been muted this whole time? Oh fuck, but no, they're
oh no!
You guys are. If anything, you guys
that would be really awkward.
My beautiful alien voice.
Yeah, that would have been horribly awkward. Imagine the entire stream is just me talking in silence. Matatui once had a stream like that when he invited me on, and they couldn't hear me for an hour, and neither us, or me or him realized that. So it just looked like he was. Not me nor Matt realized that. So it just looked like he was talking to himself for an hour.
That's
voices. They're getting loud.
The voices are in your head.
Also, part of why I'm doing this tier list, I forgot to mention you guys, is we just hit 15k subs! Woo!
Yay!
Congrats!
Thank you so
Oh.
much. But yes, that's also part of why we're doing the stream.
Why is everyone sick?
I do have a bit of cold.
That's a very good question.
That party monster's going. Hey Peep, can you give us one of your vocals from Party Monster?
Okay, hold on. I have to turn down my voice and video sensitivity thing, because then it'll yeah. Okay.
Let's hear the
Like a phantom in the night.
She's
Okay, that's
going
it.
out of control. Perfect.
Anyways.
How are you two so good at singing? I want that. I want that.
Oh,
wanna
I've
sing.
been singing since I was a tiny infant. That's the only reason I'm
Oh,
decent.
so basically me withdrawing, got it.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you're a fucking master at art. Anyway.
I haven't.
Dang.
Okay.
What? I was complimenting
What?
you. Oh, sorry.
Me?
And moving on. Time to actually get to
What?
ranking.
Where?
And someone subscribed, so I'll wait to see who that was, because I always like to thank subscribers. I think I missed one on one of my previous streams, and I have felt bad about it ever since. I mean, not really, but like, wildly, I'm like, damn.
I'll just stop.
The missing person. We gotta make a poster and everything.
There's been
for them.
like, at this point,
We
I've been
gotta
getting
find a
like
subscriber.
8 subs a stream, so okay. Thank you. Fuck. I don't know how to pronounce that name.
No, I just said it too.
Lajus.
Please, that is the worst for. That is the worst. I don't even know. Okay.
I don't know how to pronounce this name. Maybe this is a name from a different language. I don't know. I'm really so. Hold on. Here,
I just did El Jasop.
Just El Jasop? Okay. Thank you for.
I don't think that's right. That's definitely not right. But like.
Regardless, thank you for subscribing, El Jasop. Family friendly? Oh, trust me, my streams are not family friendly. But,
Down in the redacted.
Down in the redacted.
Oh, okay.
What is wrong with him? There's many things wrong with me. Anyways, let's
There's
actually
just
get to
people
listening to
saying there's-
songs. Starting off with
There's a certain.
Pants Island.
Pants Island.
Here we go.
This is where we find pants.
Are any monsters here wearing pants? I wonder. Here, I'll go full screen, although it's gonna be slightly cut off for the stream, but nobody cares. This is the only island that has a good colossal. But we'll just vibe.
Oh, I like cold islands.
And they keep them alive. Thank you, Andre Trias, for subscribing. Thank you, Andre Trias, for subscribing. Turn red and they turn gold.
I like how you're adding little scoops to it.
I like it when I sing it. To keep them alive, that's how plants grow. That's how plants grow. Everything here is alive. Everything here is alive. Everything here is alive. Everything here is alive. Someone's mic is picking up.
Whoops.
I'll stop singing over the song. Unless chat wants me to.
This is really good.
Thank you.
It was like-
Everything here is alive. Everything here is. To be fair, this does still always hit. Just everything here is
Everything
alive.
here is alive.
Woo! Pop off, baby. And
Oh.
It splits and makes a twin. And there were more. Look across the landscape. It's just a bunch of plans.
You have a really good vocal ground.
Thank you.
That was freaking amazing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I need to learn both your ways. I need to learn how to sing. I want to do that.
All right, so starting off, we got Plant Island. Now, the thing about Plant. Oh, hold on, let me change A+ into S. The thing about Plant Island is that like it's good, it's classic, but it's so classic. Like you see it everywhere when it comes to My Singing Monster. I mean, if you play the game, you always open up on Plant Island for the most part. Like Plant Island, Plant Island, Plant Island, Plant Island. Like you it's basically become background noise at a point. Like listening to it is almost like listening to nothing. It's weird.
It's like when you listen to a song that's been overplayed so much. Like it's a genuinely good song, but you've heard it so much that it just becomes boring at some point.
Ashby has an amazing singing voice. Too bad he only uses recipe and views. That's not true. A whole world to see.
Okay, but not many people like that song.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why. I feel like it was solid. They just didn't like it because it was a different vibe.
I think, yeah, okay.
Or terrible. I don't know. I don't want to sound like one of those movies.
The villain songs hit more than the I Want song.
I kind of liked how upbeat it was compared to the others.
True. All right, what was I doing?
Plant Island.
Plant Island. Where would you guys put it? Okay, I don't know why there's an E tier. Getting rid of that. Where would you guys place it?
It's a solid island. I think at times it gets a little crowded.
Yeah, I feel like it might be
First island, you know?
Yeah, there's a lot of like really
that
good
you want to add like
sounds.
more to it.
Exactly. Yeah, like Gajoob, the rare Wubbox, Epic Wubbox, Sugarbush.
The Colossal.
Colossal's okay at best on Plant Island. I hate the Colossals.
I feel like there's so much here, like the natural monsters, the ethereal, the legendary monsters, dipsters,
I feel like Gast is
Wubboxes, so much.
Gast
At some point, Shrub just becomes completely inaudible.
Wait, Pummel.
Like,
is
I feel like
audible,
I haven't heard Pummel's sound in so long.
I think it is still a good song at the end of the day, though. I'm thinking
it was
B tier.
B tier.
Does that seem fair? I feel like that seems fair.
Yeah. I agree.
A lot of people in chat seem to agree. Punkleton is really good too on Plant Island. Alright, next.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, continue.
Freaking Halloween seasonal, of course it's gonna be good.
True.
Oh, I forgot about Punkleton.
Alright, now we got Cold Island.
Booga.
Oh, also, a big shout out to my boy MPG for the tier list. The one thing or not the tier list, the full song videos, obviously. The goat or the sheep. Okay, sorry. Cold
Are we
Island.
sure it's not a goat?
I mean, Bleatnik
Plan
doesn't
veterinary
like it.
But Tapricorn.
to help your dog thrive.
What is Tapricorn's a goat, but Bullby is.
Yeah. But okay.
So we just gotta wait for waiting for this subscriber to load. I feel like people are gonna. I haven't gotten that used to the Mirror Islands either. Should we? I don't know when we should put those in though, cause like, thank you,
I think
Nick.
we should listen to Mirror Islands right after the other one. I don't know.
Right after. How about once we finish the Natural Islands, we'll listen to the Mirror Islands, and then we'll continue on to the Natural Islands. So, Cold Island. This one's at one point was probably the most popular because of people outside of the community. All right.
Oh, I thought of that.
I haven't heard the Colossal on this island in so long because I have the Cold Island skin.
I still remember when the Epic Wubbox on this island released, and I loved it so much.
It is pretty good here.
When the Cold Colossal first released, I actually made like a song with just its sound, and like it was really dramatic because like you know how it's like ramping up the Cold Island Colossal.
Oh, here we go. You see, because Cold Island is in 2 parts, and I don't like the first part nearly as much as the second. But I'll talk about it after this song.
Nobody likes me.
And yes, it can be lonely, but hey, do what you will.
I bet you sound like
Nobody
you're angry.
likes me. Everyone's afraid of me. It's because this one is the weirdest of lyrics. I'll be honest. Who said? Why did Dave?
Especially while they're smiling.
Why did Dave sit down in the booth and say, "Let's have them talk about their insecurities"? It's because I'm so cold. Okay, but here we got the best part though. We got the best part. This is what makes the song go from like mid to pretty decent. Hold on. Let him
Oh
cook.
my god, I
Let him
totally
cook.
forgot about Strombonen.
Shh.
For the last track.
I almost vomited. Sorry. We'll get to Air Island when we get there.
What? What?
Nothing.
What?
Sorry, no.
What?
I'm making a joke about Air
Ashley,
Island.
are you okay?
No, I'm making a joke about Air Island. You'll see my opinions on Air Island when we get to it. I was making a joke.
Oh,
I'm not actually
Oh.
gonna vomit.
Okay.
Anyways, Cold Island. So, Cold Island is interesting because it starts off pretty mid, I'll be honest, but then gets better as it goes. Thank you, Toon Jam MSM, for subscribing.
I think
don't-
cold.
I don't think Strombonen does enough to save it.
I don't think it saves it from like. I certainly don't think Strombonen brings it up to like S or A tier. I don't even know if it's.
I don't
quite
think it
B
brings it
tier,
up to B tier either.
But I think Strombonen keeps it out of like D tier and F. Strombonen and the Epic Wellbox, I think, kind of keep it out of the lower tiers. I think.
I feel like it's just average.
I think because Strombonen is so good, and we'll get to the Mirror Islands because I actually have a notably different opinion on Mirror Cold Island. But regardless, I'm thinking Cold Island.
I'm excited to hear Mirror Cold Island. I
Now,
haven't ever heard.
I think C tier is pretty fair.
Yeah. B for cold.
Now,
It's difficult.
I know you have opinions about Air Island, but pre-Epic Wellbox, I really liked it.
I was gonna
let's
say
just
that.
play the song. Let's just play the song.
They say that we do. Just elementary monster. You're lonely, you're lonely, you're lonely.
Here we go.
Monster,
Stop.
it's all You can see me in the sky, and yet you
I
don't
will say,
know
Peep, you're
how.
very delayed just because of the
But I
Discord.
want to be here alone. Take a chance, just take a step and take
Peep,
a
you're
leap.
so delayed. You're so delayed because of Discord. You're so delayed.
Oh, that's
No,
so unfortunate.
but don't worry.
Free Peeper's on time.
Oh. Hello?
I was gonna say Peeper's on time for me.
Yeah, it's just because the Discord streaming on Discord has a little bit of delay. So for the rest of the stream, you guys were like half a beat off time. But regardless, don't worry. It's not like you could ruin Air Island anymore.
Okay, honestly, I like Air Island minus the wall boxes.
There's a lot that sucks on Air Island, and
What?
it's unfortunate because Air
That's
Island
crazy.
has the best mythical in my opinion. Yostrich, now granted, Air Island is his weakest sound. Yostrich is one of my favorite monsters. He is so good. But the thing is, that sucks. That sucks. That sucks. That sucks. That sucks. That sucks. I mean, that literally sucks. Where that sucks.
I mean, that
sucks.
Oh,
So many monsters on this island are horrid. They just there's when the Wordles come in and it's just Riff and like T-Rocks, it's so good. But
I
it's
love
fucking-
Quibble.
Yeah, Quibble's good. Like there's some good ones on this island, but there's so much just shit that crowds this island to no end.
It's definitely more crowded than Plant was.
So many monsters on this island suck. Cybop, this was his premiere island, and his sound is awful here.
Okay, but Cybop's sound is pretty questionable on most of its islands.
Not compare Air Island, it's mid. Everywhere else is very solid. But like everything, and like the thing is, like okay, if you go to my Air Island in MSM, I also have it sped up a little bit, but like half the monsters are muted, and the song is nice when I have it like that. But it's so bad otherwise. Like, I don't know.
I think from Wobox onwards, it was too much.
I think the base form of the song, and like throw Yostrich on there within the Wordos, and that's great. Rebro is fine too, but then get rid of Scups and Pomp. Actually, no, never mind. The base form of the song is still bad. There's some really bad. I'm sorry, no, this is F. This is
Sound
F
does
tier.
Congo make?
It's I don't know. I don't really like. It's like a really weird sounding like drum sound, and it feels just off. It just feels more crowding than it needs.
Genuinely cannot remember what Congo sounds like.
It's just like boo boo duh, boo boo doo boo. But it's like I don't know. It's so many sounds. Just it's so bad. It's just so bad. I'm curious what my chat thinks. How many people are? I'm mad that I'm putting Air in F tier. I don't care. There's so many garbage monsters on Air Island. Not the monsters themselves, but just garbage sounds on Air Island.
If Cold Island is C tier, then Air Island can't be more than that.
Air Island could never be like Cold Island. The thing is, when Cold Island's mid parts are just like okay, whatever, and then when it hits, it hits. Meanwhile, Air Island's good parts are like okay, this is nice, and its bad parts, you saw me. I was just staring at the screen. Like you guys on chat saw me. I was just like the entire
They say
time.
be a
Yeah,
monster.
it's like it's so good. It's like but I don't really care. Like
Really
so
care.
bad. It's so bad. But
I
moving
think
on.
Matt and Sarah did really good on the
They did.
Wordos.
And it sucks because there's so many monsters that ruin it for them. But regardless, moving on from pure garbage.
Moving on.
We got Water Island. Where's Water Island? Here it is.
Oh,
Water Island.
I loved the animations for Epic
I need
Roblox
to
on
be the
Water
Water Island Wordos. I will be
Peep,
both
I'm
of them
sorry.
because they are literally the same.
I mean, Peep, I know you want to, but the thing is, since you're watching the it's
Delay.
through Discord, it's a very notable delay. So I'm sorry, Peep. I know how much you want to.
I'm going to cry real tears.
I'll try to also not sing just to take away the temptation for you, because I know that's
Thank
not fair. We'll just vibe.
I was gonna say that.
First, until
Any
Blabbit's done
expressive
singing.
anime.
Actually, Blabbit's okay on this side.
Miss Girl.
Someone subscribed. Thank you, Epic, My Singing Monsters, Fan Content 2023 for subscribing.
For surviving.
Subscribing is what I meant.
Describing his survival.
Now, Water Island. I'm certainly more fond of it than I am of Air Island. But it's less. Oh, hold on. Thank you, Goofy Goober, for subscribing. I like Water Island, but it's just not necessarily my style of music.
I have a complaint.
Alright.
There was so much they could have done with the Wordos. Like, they sing the exact same thing at every part of the song. They could have at least had it a harmony. Like, it wouldn't even have, like hurt the song at all to add harmonies.
Just like, I'm alright now, cool, calm, and clear like water. I'll make it somehow. I'll go with the flow like water. That could have been cool.
I did actually make a video when I was 9 years old.
Wow.
Harmonizing to whichever Wordo it was. I was actually making a Parlsona, what is it called?
Prediction?
Yeah. Or fixing Parlsona. Something like that.
Like an impression?
I think the only dud on Water Island is the common wallbox. It just doesn't really fit there.
I love Epic Wallbox on
Epic wallbox
Water
and Rare
Island.
wallbox are both really good there. It's just the common wallbox. It's just kind of like heavy dubstep percussion can work in some songs. Like it works in Cold Island. It can work. It's worked the way it's done in Plant Island. It works on Earth Island, but it doesn't work really in Water Island. But
yeah,
I think for me, I think it really is only C tier personally. It's not bad.
It's boring. It's short.
Bland. It's a bit bland and short. It's
Too
just,
short.
It's just not really my style of music. It's certainly good, but it's just not
I was
my
gonna
say-
style.
I was gonna say this right before we were gonna play the song, but I freaking absolutely love how expressive Epic Wellbox's animations are. Like out of all of them, for some reason that one specifically is the most expressive animations. And if you know me, you know I love animations that kind of show characteristics or kind of more emotion to the animations.
I feel like a lot of epics that have unique animations have the best animations just
True.
because it shows that character in them.
I mean, Epic Gobblegord has maybe the best animations in the game, in my opinion. That are Spirit also has some good ones. I can't think of any of those at the moment. Also, I love that the Epic Mythicals. I hope that when they do Epic Wublins, those also get unique. They better give Epic Wublins unique animations for all the effort it's gonna take to get them.
Yeah.
Will they be able to fit? What is 19 times 3? 57 monsters on one island.
I don't know.
I mean, they probably could.
And they're all not normally sized monsters. They're all ginormous.
Well, no.
I wonder if
Honestly,
they'd change the size again.
3x3.
Half is kind of a lot considering there are 19.
True. Alright.
That
Moving on
makes
to
27.
the final natural island before we get to the Mirror Islands. Earth Island.
Oh, wait. Ooh, okay.
First an ad.
That's why I dialed you in. This tailgate's got it all. Tech, grills.
Absolutely.
I spot the rare noggin.
Hold on. I know what I need to do. Hang on, actually, I'm pausing it. We're doing the earthquake to this one. I gotta.
What are you doing?
What do you mean we're doing the earthquake?
I am, I mean.
Oh,
You can only see this on the stream, so you guys will just have to guess.
Oh, I guess we're watching the
Oh,
stream.
You don't have to, just listen to the music.
No, I'm watching.
This is so corny, but I don't care.
You did it right on the beat drop for me.
I'm really scared. I'm really scared.
Do not call Ashby at 3 a.m.
From the ashes.
No, because I see on the stream you're doing it on beat, but it's like delayed by an entire phrase.
We build. Alright, hit it! Pop off, yeah! Oh yeah, I forgot he extends it double the length for some reason. I guess because it used to be pretty short. Whew!
I mean, you don't necessarily have to listen.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I was just sitting back down. Okay, let me fix my camera
I believe-
angle.
Are you okay? Are you tired?
A little after doing the.
Was the earthquake
It was a
quaking?
pretty
you
intense
forever?
earthquake. Now, when it
Yeah,
comes to
dude.
like
Mm-hmm.
you
You
guys have
dropped
probably
one.
you guys have probably been able to pick up that I love music that's in like minor key. I love like intense music.
Dude, I love minor music as well.
Pause. Peep.
I'm
You
not-
want to pause
I think-
on that? Peep. Peep.
No.
Over you, what the
Okay. As a minor,
Well,
it's not as weird.
I mean, yeah.
I
but
know I'm almost 18, but
As a
that's
more
why
minor,
I specified
yeah.
minor key.
I approve this message.
okay. How about this? I
Song
love
runs.
music in minor keys. I also like only make music in minor keys. If you've noticed what I've made,
I also pretty much only do minor key. And so
I
Earth,
think that's why you like your villain songs so much.
yeah, no, that's because that's what I was gonna say. Earth Island is has that sort of kind of villain song vibe. Like it's not, but it just has that right vibe, that sort of sinister, like
Yeah.
that intense orchestral with the like chorister. Dude, imagine if Bogart and Quibble were on Earth Island. Boom, boom,
It's-
boom.
Other than a few like accidentals, I'm pretty sure Earth Island is in the same key as Plant Island.
I think so, yeah, but like
Oh.
it's still good. I think the
remember
only
I-
dud on Earth Island for me is the Colossal, because the Colossals are pretty much always a dud, honestly. In my opinion.
I didn't even hear the Colossal.
It's just weird. It just sounds like rocks tumbling, like the sound effect of rocks tumbling. Oh, hey,
I was
shout
gonna
out
say
to
I have an
Mythical.
actual like thing to say about Earth Island's like music
Mhm.
instead of saying like something
Go
about an animation.
Go ahead.
I feel like unlike Water Island, all the sounds kind of actually work in Earth Island's favor because of course Wubbox with its
Yeah.
dubstep sounds and all that, it kind of works in its favor instead of Water Island that's a more soft, like light-hearted song.
No, exactly. Wubbox
Mhm.
works in Earth Island's favor here. I still don't understand why they were like, okay, for the monster that we need to put on every island, make it dubstep. Like, where did that idea, like, not like a vocal? No, dubstep.
Imagine they made an update where they changed every single Wubbox on all the islands. Actually, no, that's kind of epic Wubboxes.
I think
I
that
was
would,
gonna say-
that would cause a riot.
Probably. But regardless, I think
Everyone
Earth Island is
rioting.
solid A tier. It's not quite S tier level. It's a little overcrowded. There's a few duds, but overall, Earth Island's definitely the best natural island. Now, taking a pause from the common.
I'm
islands,
scared.
It's time for the Mirror Islands.
I haven't heard
Now-
Mirror Island.
The only real difference
Oh,
these
well,
have between
11 minutes?
no, this is all 5 of them. This is all 5 of them.
Oh.
It's all 5 in one video. Apart from like they're not that different because it's the same sounds. It's just a different organization and lacking the colossals. Everything
Yeah.
else is the
Wait,
same.
it doesn't have colossals?
Well, yeah, you can't place a colossi on a mirror island,
Oh, right.
so that's just
Interesting.
not in the same.
So different
Though, to
arrangement.
be fair, honestly, I don't like the colossals on any island, so technically that's already a point to the mirror islands. But let's see. I haven't
I
heard
heard
these
Plant
that much.
on my
I've heard
own
these-
Mirror Island, and I don't really know how to feel about it.
Let's start off with Plant. Okay. Rare Robux does not work in that intro. Okay, this works here.
That kind of ruined it for me. I was gonna say it
Why
kind
is
of
there
sounded
nothing
like
instrumental going on in the background?
Hold on. I can hear Pummel. Man, it did not work there.
It's giving me whiplash. Why does it feel like it's gonna start again?
Okay, so
Okay.
So I would say end.
So, like, there's a few parts that I think honestly work kind of cool. Like the intro without Rare Wellbox makes a pretty cool transition in. Ma and the outro works pretty well. Gassed in the the note becomes a chord verse works pretty well.
I think
It's pretty
in my
shiny.
honest opinion, I think the creator of that video could have done better to not make certain monsters have 600 duplicates of themselves.
I don't
Like
think
that
that was-
Kajube. No,
Kajube
that
was allowed,
Kajube
but, like-
was overpowering everything. I could not hear anything else.
That's fair. There was only
alright.
2 Gajubes.
There was only 2 Kajubes, yet it made such a loud sound.
Fair.
Something I wanted to say is that I liked the way it sounded like it was building up to something, but Wellbox, like common
Yeah,
Wellbox,
no.
just ruined that so badly for me. Like that just
Dun,
made my
dun,
brain
dun,
cells go backwards.
They sleep when it gets cold as there's like nothing. And then like Mammoth, like a note becomes a chord. Bum bum. Like he's slightly out of timing. I
I
don't know.
don't like how verses changed in between verses of the wordos.
I gotta be honest. I don't know if it's quite F tier.
It's not F tier. It's not F tier.
I think D tier for that. I think D tier.
It could have been so much
Well,
better, but
Honest,
I feel like it kind of got ruined by some things.
It had
Yeah,
potential.
honestly, F tier. Honestly, like,
Okay.
honestly, that's kind of F tier. Okay, so not a great start, but from what I remember of Cold Island, I think it's a little better.
I haven't heard any of the other Mirror Islands yet, so I'm excited.
Yeah, this is what I like about Cold Island. It starts in this part. Talker by himself isn't great, but it's not ruining anything.
Why are the Mythical so loud?
I don't. Just don't worry about it. There's 3 strong boners. good, honestly. Oh, okay. I'm honestly just watching this for the first time again, because like I've only seen the movies.
Look at the stars in the big black night. Tell me what you feel and tell me what you think. Is it cold outside? Is it
Okay, so that was actually so much better than regular Cold Island.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
I think it deserves to be upgraded to either B or tier.
yeah, this is
I
honestly
think-
A tier. I'll be honest, that's
I
A
think-
tier. In my
I
opinion.
think the verses were so much more impactful.
Oh
than
yeah,
they
right.
were
I
on
just realized they couldn't see
original
the
Cold
video
Island.
the whole time. Oops, sorry about that. It's fine.
yeah.
You guys didn't need to see the video that much. It's just a song. But regardless, here you
Oh.
I
go.
remember seeing
It's not that big a deal. But regardless.
I remember seeing a comment about this, but with like most of the Mirror Islands, I think like the Ethereal plays first for most, like all but one for some reason. It's just kind of funny because Mirror
It is,
Islands,
yeah,
Ethereal Workshop, all that.
Like this, my whole thing with Cold Island is that like the start is very crowded and not that great. But then once it gets into the minor key section, it's really good. That leans so much more into it, and then the parts where it actually went to that first part felt so much more smooth because they weren't nearly as crowded. Like that was so good. Apart from like Talker by himself is a little awkward, and like the Epic Wobox at one point popped in a little awkwardly. Like those are my only complaints. That was really good. That was better than regular Cold Island.
Epic Grumpire looked at me weird.
He always does that. It's
Uh-huh.
open time. Everything worked so well there. That was surprisingly really good. Alright, now time for Mirror Air Island. This one has been a hot
Oh.
topic lately. A lot of people hate it.
Really?
But
What?
I feel like I have a different opinion on this one. So let's give it a
That's a
listen.
lot of fun.
It's a lot of quibbles. You said you liked Quibble, didn't you?
I do. We're on a bad start.
Yeah, well, okay, give it a chance. The Wordos here are kind of...
No. The T-Rox does not sound right in that section.
I think it sounds good.
I like the quarter notes better. That.
Or Yastra don't love this take.
Just elementary monsters. It's all up in the air.
I really like this part. They managed to make Epic Wobox
Oh no!
Bravo, this is not working.
What is that? Where Roblox doing?
Yeah. Okay, so it certainly
Okay.
wasn't great. There were certainly quite a few
It
parts like
wasn't-
that. Rare Wobox there did not work. Cybop did
It
not
wasn't
work in
as
that
bad as
intro.
the original.
Yeah, it's significantly better than regular Air Island. I'll be honest. Like
I actually did like Yostrich in its new
Exactly.
verse.
Yostrich throughout the song was so good, and then the Wobox and Epic Wobox and Hula actually went hard. Like just the percussion and the hey nana hey, like that kind of went hard. How the hell did they make Epic Air Island Wobox go hard at any point?
I think you just have an obsession with Yostrich, not gonna lie.
I do just
but
really
like,
like Ostrich, but like honestly, that was significantly better than Air Island. Had its flaws. Either C or D tier. Would C be too high? Honestly, I think that might be C tier for me. It has its flaws, but it has its parts that really pop off, in my opinion.
someone's saying D.
Someone's saying D. A lot of people hate this one, and like I definitely see why some parts, like that rare Wellbox, was
I think
garbage.
C.
I think C.
I think C.
Dev, what do you think?
I was gone for most of it.
Oh, fair enough.
Oh.
Well, it definitely has its
Okay.
weak spots, but I feel like overall it does a better job than regular Air Island.
It's time for me to go during Water Island so I can go fill up my water bottle.
You said Water Island was your favorite. Do you want us to just wait a second?
I never said that Water Island is my favorite,
okay.
actually.
Then I guess we'll play Water Island while you fill up.
I'm skipping out on Water Island to fill up my water bottle, so it's
Fair
like the equivalent.
All right,
Wow.
I'll be honest. I don't remember this one that well, so. Actually, I don't know if I've heard Mirror Island. Okay, stronger start so far. Tom really likes doing
lot of
like, smooth intros.
Yeah,
Okay.
the smooth intro.
Now, how are they gonna make Wobox work? Maggie's not great there on her own. Oh, okay, I like what they're doing there. Oh. A nice outro. That was groovy.
Not gonna lie. Yeah, I kind of like what they did there, where like there were kind of some parts of they kind of had all the like the more smooth instruments, and then all of a sudden it's like lots of instrumentals and stuff like that. They kind of like separated those two for most of it.
They had there was one like bit of whiplash where like the instrumental completely cut out, but like I think overall those it's like slightly better than regular Water Island for me. It just the Mirror
Yeah.
Islands do a good job of being less crowded. Apart from Mirror Plant Island, so far honestly all of these have been improvements. So
Oh,
I can see.
I'd say B tier. I'd say B tier.
I can see why like the Mirror Islands are less crowded because like they kind of can distribute to like across the song rather or kind of like reset it up I guess instead of like just adding pieces onto an already finished puzzle.
Yeah, I think Tom definitely did a good job making it not crowded, which was good.
wow, this is gonna take a long time. The songs only get longer from here.
True. But I like that. I like Mirror Water Island. Now, the last one is Mirror Earth Island. Now, regular Earth Island is pretty good, but from what I remember, Mirror Earth Island is a really strong start, but I can't remember the rest of it, so let's hear it.
Sounds like a remix.
It does kind of sound like
It is a
They all
remix. What
do
I'm
sound
saying.
They all sound like that.
That's a good intro. That is good. Okay. Hold on. Now keep it going. Okay. Not terrible. Clammel's popping off.
Just keep
lost a bit
your
of the
feet on
energy
the
there.
ground and move your head all around. You put your hands in the air and move with the sound to the earthquake.
I am a mountain, you are my stones. We come from the ashes of where I arose, and I can be mighty, and you can be strong. We build the foundation of where it all comes from. To the earthquake. 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 To the earthquake.
Huh.
I love that.
That was. It wasn't bad.
I
Um,
think
It was
I
weaker
think
than
I like regular Earth Island better.
Yeah. They had a really good build up. A really good start. Really good intro.
Some of the transitions were rough.
It was just overall, I kind of felt after like it had that great build up though, it kind of just didn't do anything with its energy. It felt pretty empty overall after the really strong build up, but everything else was just kind of empty. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think the reason I still like it is because Earth Island just has very good individuals.
Yeah,
Like
I
every
mean-
monster kind of really good.
It's hard to make Earth Island sound bad. I think it's probably only like,
I'm gonna go make Earth Island sound bad.
I don't know. I think it's got to be B tier because it does have a really strong start. And to be fair, with Mirror Islands, you're probably not spent with a lot of islands. Having a strong start is important because for most of the gameplay, you're probably not spending that much time on an island. You're just collecting coins and going out. So if it starts off strong, even if it gets a little weak later on, that's okay. It's honestly better than starting off weak and then getting stronger later on. Generally, that's also why Mirror Cold Island hits hard.
Yeah.
So I think Mirror Island's about B tier. So there's
Nice.
we officially ranked all natural islands with Earth and Cold Island, Mirror Cold Island being the highest, and Air and Mirror Planet Island being the lowest by far. Now we're done with the Mirror Islands. Let's get back to the regular islands with Sugar. I'm not used to the new order of things, so now Sugarbush Island is next, which feels weird, but
Oh,
since yeah they reordered islands, I'm used to
I mean-
Firehaven being next. Also.
well, I mean, it's based on an actual song, so
True. It's kind of
most
like
replayed is crazy.
most replays right at the start. I mean, I guess it makes sense. We're basically just ranking Love or Money by Christian Bush. But, you know. I know, I know. Love or money.
Hold on, I don't remember that outro section being there.
You don't? It's been there the whole time.
No, I've never heard that. I really like that.
Pretty solid. I think Sugarbush
I saw
Island.
so many people in chat being like, mute Sugarbox, but like,
Sugarbox is
why?
the best part of the island. What are you
I
talking about?
know!
I
Why are
think-
they saying mute it?
I'm not sure exactly where I'd place it, but it's certainly not bad.
It's near the bottom. It's on the bottom of next to
Yeah,
Space
no, I know, I
Island.
see it, don't worry.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll go and pull it up. I don't know exactly where like it's a good song. It's nothing crazy though.
Milk, you get me.
Was it actually?
Milk said, when was that outro there?
I don't think I can quite put it in B tier. I'm gonna put it I think C tier.
What?
Maybe not? Why are you so aggressive on that seat ranking?
Sorry, no, I just like the song in general. But
It is
like,
good. I mean,
it's about taste. It's
I guess
your
that's
opinion.
honestly, I guess compared to the other stuff in C tier, I definitely enjoy it more. So I'll put B tier. I think B tier. B tier. What do we got next? What do we got next?
I
Gold
feel like putting
Island.
Sugarbush and Cold Island in the same area is kind of
Fair. Alright, Gold Island. Now, this is certainly an interesting one. Talk about Whiplash Island. Gold Island Epic Roblox is so good, but it just stops in the middle of playing. Like, why does it stop? Okay, so this part actually, it's okay where it stops. 'Cause
Yeah.
But it's so good, but it stops.
Is it just me, or was the platform like a bit weird sounding?
No, platform sounds normal.
I agree.
I feel like,
Maybe it's just me, it sounds
Yeah.
normal too.
It was the rattle.
yeah, the rattling. I feel like maybe they were trying to make it sound like it was like rustling leaves.
It is a little
I didn't like
weird.
it. But here's the thing. I think the phase thing was a cool idea.
Oh, it was so cool.
It was-
I think the only issue is
But
that they made it like instead of
it
having
stops.
instead of having it stop, they should have had the track
We
continue.
should have
but at
continued
end
the
of
track and then have it transition using that sound that
exactly,
it uses.
yeah. Like it has a unique track for the transition. How about just make that a unique that combined with the track? Like that way it doesn't stop. It like
I just-
I feel like that's the only real flaw. I mean, Gold Island is pretty crowded, but like it
Gold
plays-
Island. Okay, I really like the second and third verses. The first verse feels too crowded,
True. The final verse
but
is
that
really
doesn't hurt it
Yeah,
in the long run.
it doesn't hurt it nearly as much as it hurts like the natural islands, for example. Like it's crowded, but it works as crowded. You know, like Continent also works being crowded. I'd say overall, Gold Island gets B.
Yeah.
I think.
I just ate like 6 chocolate kisses
Damn.
and a vitamin C thing.
You are maxing and minimizing your health at the same time. Alright, now here's a controversial take.
Balanced. As all things should
I
be.
don't like Ethereal Island. I know I recomposed it, I just don't like it.
And that's why you recomposed it. I'll be honest. I don't like Ethereal Island that much.
I don't like it.
Like,
I don't know why.
More specifically, though, I think this is probably the more hot take. Before Workshop, I didn't really like the Ethereals overall. Like, honestly, like
It feels like
they're
the
okay
Ethereal.
with natural islands, but on Ethereal Islands, so many of them just do like nothing. Like, they're so
I feel like the
quiet
double
or they're so
Ethereals-
subtle. Like, you look at Ethereal and okay, like, how could you hate the Ethereals? Look at Fung Prey. Look at Wisp. Okay, look at anything else besides like a couple monsters on this island, maybe. Like,
I feel like the double ethereals have been everywhere while only being on Ethereal Island.
exactly. Like, the double element Ethereals are just. And I know,
Oh.
like, Socks and Cash hate my opinion on this, but the double element Ethereals are pretty mid. Apart from Fung Prey, apart from Wisp, apart from. I like the designs of some of them. Like, I really like Azaleon's design, but, like, apart from, like.
I can't even tell you what the elements of any double element ethereal
I could
are.
probably tell those, to be fair, but, like.
I could not.
They're just. They're all. They're apart from, like, a few, they're really kind of mid. Workshop did a lot for the Ethereals, but before Workshop, I don't know. They're just kind of mid. Like, we've got dang bop, doom bop, and then, like, really quiet guitar, doo wop, doo wop, really quiet shakers.
I think it fits its theme very well.
It does.
Yeah, it kind of
It's-
sounds otherworldly.
I just don't like it.
Oh,
I feel like it
Fox
kind
is
of
also
fits that
pretty
thing well of like it sounds like something you'd like hear if you were going into another world because this isn't another world.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
it's
I
also
mentioned-
to be fair, it's also just not my style of music. It's just
like
not
I
really-
mentioned, how I always make music in minor keys.
Mhm.
So when I recomposed Ethereal Island, I really just didn't want to keep that happy theme. Hence why I fully just turned it minor.
Like, Wobox also here is maybe one of the worst sounds of the entire franchise. It's garbage. Wobox here is complete garbage. I have mine silenced on Ethereal Island. The only reason I have it is because it produces a lot of shards. Okay, the Ethereal, like, some of the single element Ethereals overall are decent. They're not, like, they're certainly not, like, amazing. Ghast, I'll be honest, Ghast is good. It's a little overrated. Sorry, Nighty in chat. Ghast is not, it's solid design, but just sound-wise, it's a little overrated, in my opinion. It's just alright. Grumpire is whatever. Rebro, I don't like that much. Geode is fine, it's whatever, kind of boring. Ghast and Geode are both kind of boring. Humbug is way too quiet, the design-wise I do really like it. And, like, then the double element Ethereals, apart from, like, 3, just mediocre completely. And this island just, it just doesn't hit. It's just not right. It's just not that.
So what's your rating?
This is gonna piss people off. D tier, honestly.
Okay, I thought you were about to put it in F tier, and I was like, no, it does not deserve
It's not
that.
F tier,
Same.
but I think it's D tier. I just don't enjoy it that much. It's got some good parts. Feng Prey pops off. And it's not terrible. Rare Wellbox and Monculus also are amazing, by the way. They are really good on the song.
That reminds me, I somehow got Epic Monculus before getting normal Monculus. I just find
saw
it
that,
funny that I got
yeah.
the Epic before I get, like, any of the normal.
I mean, Epic Yule was my first Epic in the game.
Oh, same.
Oh.
No, wait. Yeah, it was.
It was also my first seasonal, I think.
During the
Maybe
extravaganza event, I got a bunch of epics, but before that, I got Epic Yule.
I remember during Festival of Yay, I swear, I think I, like, bred a, common, rare, and Epic Yule, like, in a row.
Someone in chat said Aaron F, Mirror, Aaron C, Ethereal, and D. This is blasphemy. They're just all just kind of mediocre. Now we finally move on to, like, okay, I know this is recent, but I have so much to say about this, but we're just gonna vibe first.
There's
to
my snuggle
Ethereal Workshop.
I engineered the Pet Pro washer
Okay.
to move 5 times more.
Alright, let's just vibe to Workshop. That bass hits so hard! Ow! Hit my knee. Ow! Okay,
Oh my gosh.
so I need to talk about why I love Ethereal Workshop so much, and like, this relates back to like what I was just saying about Ethereal Island. I prefer songs, and there's so much I dislike about Ethereal Island, and then Ethereal Workshop pulls a 180 and does the exact opposite of what I disliked about Ethereal Island. Like, the thing about Ethereal Workshop, it's the exact opposite of Ethereal Island, essentially. It's minor key, instead of using all these, like, more organic instruments, which are good, but it uses all these techno sound fonts, generally, and, like, so much of Ethereal Workshop is my style. Like, it's such my style of music. All the different types of songs I love have this exact same vibe to them. And then, even just small things, like, I love using, like, metal clanging in my songs. Look at Vention and Flask. I like having, like, chanting in my songs. Look at Teeter Totter. Like, I like having lyrics interspersed in my songs. Bemeebeth. Like, there's so much on this island that just works. It's so well done. It's
Something
so well
I
done.
wanted to say. Oh, sorry.
Continue.
So, alright. Something I wanted to point out is I love how much they experiment with everything on Ethereal Workshop. Like, literally every single design and sound is so different from anything else we've ever seen. And it kind of gives that freaking feeling of just, it's like Zoro's imagination kind of conjuring up these beings. And even, like, the weakest, like, monsters on this island, aka, like, you know, some of the
Zerg.
monsters that, yeah, Zer and Nightbear,
Actually,
they
Nightbear
still, like,
pops off, honestly.
Oh?
Especially with the final update, I think Nightbear actually adds quite a bit.
yeah, I remember I kind of predicted that. I said that Nightmare's gonna sound a lot better when there's more in the song to kind of give that boost. But like, yeah, even like the weakest links are still like pretty decent in in the whole picture.
Exactly.
And just seeing everything come together is just, I just really love it so much.
Like with this song, the only real dud is Zert, and even then, unlike other duds, it just kind of it's instead rather than taking away, it just kind of adds nothing overall apart from like.
I think Zert does actually add a lot to the song.
It adds in a few places.
I think it adds a lot to the song. It adds some depth to the song.
In a few places, I think it does. Overall, it's kind of a nothing burger, but it's not it's not like a rotten nothing burger. It's just a nothing.
I feel like if you listen to current Workshop but without Zert, you will hear a difference.
That's definitely true, but just like
you will notice it. Like if I removed Pummel from regular Plant Island, then you wouldn't really notice it.
But you would definitely. That's true. Fair enough. You make a fair point. Like this island does everything right for me, and I know it's the technically second most recent island.
Recency bias.
And there probably is some recency bias for me. But unlike Amber Island, which was my favorite when it first came out and has certainly fallen off quite a bit, this just, everything here works for me. Like, everything here hits. Everything in this island just hits right. Nothing here feels like, it just works so well. I just can't get over how well everything here works.
Yeah.
So if it wasn't obvious by my rambling, Workshop is S tier.
Yes.
And I have a feeling it's going to stay in S tier. Unlike, I know a lot of people are like, oh my god, Workshop is my favorite song too, but then the very next island that's gonna come out, they'll be like, okay, this is my new favorite. But, like, Workshop hits. It took a lot to overtake something like Wublin Island for me, but Workshop, I think, takes it. Where's Venture?
I feel like it's hard.
Me personally, I hate the Workshop, and I want to get out of here. There you go.
I feel like it's gonna be very difficult in order to like try and take Workshop down, just because it's hard to like get something so out there.
Say tear it down.
Oh my goodness.
Anyways, continue.
Did I say tear it down?
No, you said
I meant
take it down. Yeah, I know what you meant.
Oh. Why did I say take it down? I meant like top. Like it's hard to top it. I don't know why I said. But yeah, because of like how out there it is, and like I feel like even if it didn't work that well, I appreciate how much they experimented with everything. I don't know if they're gonna ever experiment that much with any other island.
Of course, Meebkin's the one over here glazing the Workshop. Okay.
What is it for? I like it in here.
All right. But yeah, Pete, what are your thoughts on Workshop?
I'm not going to comment.
Oh, interesting. You're not a fan? I'm curious. You can have an opposite opinion. That's fine. I want to hear.
No, I like Workshop. It's just not my favorite style of song.
Fair enough.
Like, I don't know. I don't think the recency bias ever hit me with Workshop.
Fair.
When I first heard the trailer and I
Mr.
heard that
Emily for
Ogler verse
supporting.
at the end, I was like, wow, this is gonna be my favorite island. But I think I was just kind of disappointed by how that verse specifically turned out. Because it was basically just a rehash of what happened earlier in the song, just with the new Ogler track.
Fair. And new
I mean, obviously the quint, but when the quint came out, it didn't hit me as hard as it probably hit everyone else. Like, it didn't really hit me, like, it still hasn't hit me that was the final ever, like, that was the quint.
I mean, yeah. I honestly
Like, that was the quint of Ethereals.
But maybe
It
it's like
just
a
still has not hit me.
It's a little bit glazed, I will admit. Like, it's a solid addition to the song, but people are like, it's the best part of the song. And while Landon pops off in the song, like he absolutely
It's only at
freestyles.
the end.
It's only really at the end. It's certainly not the best part of the song, but it's still good. Still a very solid. It's one of my favorite monsters.
I really enjoy what the talk box added. I think it's really unique, but I also don't think it deserves that much.
Yeah. I just think the song overall just, like, hits everything that I like in a song. Uses so many elements that I like to use in my songs, and just... Sometimes I joked about this when Workshop was coming out. It feels like this song was catered to me. They saw that I hated the Ethereals, and they were like, okay, hold on, let's change his mind.
We got you.
See, opposite to you, I actually really like organic instruments.
I mean, I like them too. I like them too. I just...
No, I just mean like I prefer using them in my song. I think that's why I would have I definitely enjoyed doing Ethereal Island Recompose than I would have doing Workshop.
Is Recompose even doing Workshop? I have not paid attention to that project.
They are doing Workshop, but that's I don't know what's happening with that.
Fair enough. I've not paid attention to Recompose
But
in months.
yeah, I liked that because there were a lot more things I could control with the song. Like, or sorry, not control. It was more like I had more structure to work with.
Fair, yeah. Alright, we probably should start going a little faster with these because we spent about an hour and a half and we're only like halfway through. Okay.
We're not even halfway there.
Firehaven. Thankfully, this is
For
I
my
think,
dog?
one of the shortest in the game.
It's Pro Plan Sport. Pro Plan is the gold standard of performance.
I'll kind of give my thoughts while it plays rather than just only at the end.
Yeah, that works.
Oh boy, Bazinga hits here, and he absolutely hits here.
Yeah.
And then this verse kind of doesn't hit. I feel like Candelabra and Rare Robux just don't really work here.
I think Candelabra and Sugarbush made this verse worse than it was. I really liked this verse before they were added.
I'm very happy that Candelabra was on Firehaven. I just don't think it was
I don't like the sound font that he used for it.
Definitely the weakest of the quints.
It's the weakest of the fire expansion.
A lot of people hate this verse, but I think Gobbledygook works here, because nothing is here otherwise.
True.
I think those are really just pretty much all my
People hate
thoughts
that
on it.
verse.
A lot of people don't like that because of Gobbledygook, but it's like, that verse is nothing without Gobbledygook. That it's like imagine that was during like one of the earlier parts. That Gobbledygook was significantly worse that way. What do you guys?
Mm.
I think overall Firehaven, the first verse hits, but the second verse just doesn't really anymore.
I like the Flugel verse.
Flugel is good.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a little Firehaven's
I
become
like
a little
I
bit
like
like
the
a
Flugel-
Yeah.
I like the Flugel verse the best.
Yeah. It's kind of started to feel like a natural island where it's become a little overcrowded in that verse.
You say that, but also, the first verse is Plant
True.
Island in a different key.
True.
But I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I think it was a nice reference. For the first ever Fire Island, I think it was really good at conveying that sort of message about, wow, we are here. This is a celebration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think C tier probably.
Whoa,
feel like-
whoa.
Maybe.
I feel like it's B tier.
Maybe it is B tier. I feel I worry B tier is a little crowded. I might move Mirror Water down.
But
I'm gonna move Mirror
okay,
Water down.
I just don't. I don't feel like
Sure.
putting Haven and Cold Island in the same area
That's
is
fair,
correct.
That's fair.
I was gonna say Gobbledygourd kind of reminds me. I used to like dislike more goofy sounds, but now I'm kind of like, I love these things. I love just the gobbly gobbly ga, gobbly gobbly ga.
Iconic. All right, let's hit the Fire Oasis now. Thank you, Teeter and Totter, for subscribing. Speaking of goofier sounds, pop off Spirit. Huzzah! Huzzah! Huzz! Bah!
Mimic and Gobbledygourd being on the same island gives me whiplash.
And Spirit.
Okay, but Mimic and Gobbledygourd both make bird noises.
We need a third. Jeez, Roblox's animations are so bouncy.
They're also weird and not. They look like fish.
I love that they made Roblox halftime. It
Almost
fits
works
the
here, yeah.
vibe better than it does on other islands.
The transition into Roblox is a little weird, personally. Like, it kind of just comes out of nowhere, a little bit of whiplash, but it's good.
This is one of my favorite verses.
Wow, that's crazy. Also, Congo is so
Mhm.
good on this island. Roblox is actually tuned on this island, which is cool. Well, the animations are really
Your level.
Wink is okay. Dribble does really fill out this verse. Good job, Eric. Also, thank you, Big King, for subscribing. Very solid.
Okay, let's keep our review short from this point forward.
Yeah, yeah. I think Fire Oasis is just better Firehaven, honestly. I just really like that main melody, and then like everything works here. Unlike Firehaven, the second verse of Fire Oasis hits a lot harder. It just works.
I think they also incorporated the sillier monsters. Like
Exactly.
they
it
had
works.
3 sillier monsters on here, and it still worked.
Yeah, exactly. It's got a kind of a goofy but still like kind of intense vibe to it. It feels like exploring. Now, here's a banger. PlayStation 5. That's what I meant. That's the banger. And also Mythical Island.
I'm gonna throw my PlayStation 5 into your room at full speed. It's gonna turn into
Okay,
into
guys,
little pieces
that's
as soon as it
fine.
hits your wall.
I said let's
I should not sing too loud. It's late at night. Dude. Now,
It's a good movie soundtrack.
exactly, no. Okay, but the thing about Mythical Island is, it had the strongest start, I think, of any island, maybe, besides Workshop. Then everything in between that and the final update was just okay. And then Bazinga Nerve was in the final update. Like, it was kind of, it's kind of in a weird place. And
It was okay. It was weird as it was coming out, but once Bazinga and Nerve released, they like filled out the song and everything worked together.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, I'm still a little uncertain of the first like Sporoverse. I'll be honest. Like it's not terrible by any means. It's just
I like the fact that they only used Dream Mythicals in it.
True. Though it would have been kind of cool if like they had all the Dream Mythicals play there, and then
All of the Dream Mythicals did play there,
Schlep didn't
except Pinghound.
play there. Schlep and Pinghound don't play there.
Schlep. I forgot about Schlep.
And then like have all the normal Mythicals playing in the first verse would have been cool. But I think overall,
I mean,
it's all
Trouble only has.
it's certainly really good. It has some of just the best overall sounds in the game. Gajube, Strombonin, Yostrich, Bazinga, like, holy shit. And then even like Sporo and Nerve and Hehehe are all really good here too. It also has some of the weakest sounds of the game, like Pinghound and Weasel. And even Anglo.
I like Weasel. I think
Range
Weasel
is
adds some
okay.
stuff to the
It's
song.
got a really weird contrast, because half the monsters are real good, and half the monsters are nothing burgers. But overall, I'd say Mythical Island is very solid. I mean, Yostrich on this island is top 5 sounds of the entire game. I think it's A tier still. I think it's A tier. It's definitely A tier. Light Island. I don't know what ad this is, but
Dum diddly dum 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 dum.
okay, I'm stopping that right there, and we're pulling up the better version. Hang on. Going to youtube.com to my channel. Okay, is that MSM Monsters in the Minecraft movie? I gotta watch that later. The Ideal Light Island. Here we go. This is what we'll actually be listening to here. You may be wondering, what's the difference? There's no Kana. There's no Kana. A lot of people complain about, like, I'll probably should explain why Kana's muted here. No, I'll get into that more at the end. A lot of people say the island's repetitive and annoying, but I think honestly Kana's the only part that feels too repetitive for me. Like, I know Potbelly and Mammoth are throughout the entire thing, but they work, unlike Kana, which I'll get into. And then everything else here hits. This is one of my favorites overall. If you just discount Kana, it's one of my top 5. Ah, this verse hits.
Earthshaker.
Exactly. I mean, why do you think I made a song about this island and these monsters? Light Island has one of the strongest rosters of monsters in the entire game, and overall, it is one of the best songs in the entire game. However, the problem is Kana. Now, the problem to me is not that it's repetitive, because monsters can be repetitive and work on this island. Mammoth and why is Mammoth squished? Mammoth and Potbelly work on this island. Boskus works on this island. The problem is Kana is way too fast for this island. Like, this island's like, boom, it's slow. This island isn't a lullaby, like people like to say either. It's grand orchestral, but it's slow grand orchestral. And Kana is her fastest sound here, maybe just excluding Cave Island. Like, Kana is bum 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 bum, and the rest of the island's like dum boom boom. Like, she is too fast here. That's why I have her muted, because this island without Kana is S tier. But I can't just rate the island without one of the monsters. So personally, Light Island can't get into S tier for me. It can only do A tier. But if you just discount Kana, this is an S tier island. You know what? Hold on. Here. I'm going to add a row below. We're just going to call this...
S tier minus one monster.
S tier minus Kana. Oh, that's the wrong one. S tier without Kana. Because this island is so good. Just without Kana. Kana doesn't work here. What do you guys think? Do you guys have that same general opinion, or do you guys not like? A lot of people hate Light Island, so I'm curious.
I think Fire Expansion saved it.
For sure, like I feel like I'd find this island to be like B tier without Fire Expansion, but having Dromedary, Bloat, Yelmet on the same island, dude.
I think islands shouldn't have to rely on three monsters to make it.
I still think it works without them. Souza goes great. Boskus I think really works. The Dipsters honestly work alongside Flower. That verse just makes it help with repetitiveness. Spytrap works. A lot of the monsters work really well here. Furcorn works. Fiddlement works. Like, a lot of the monsters honestly do really pop off here. There's a couple mediocre ones, but overall. Speaking of, next up is Psychic Island, which, if there's one island in my opinion that got saved the most by
food is
Fire
our love
Expansion,
language.
it's this one.
It has been for over 30 years, and it all.
Fire Expansion absolutely saves Psychic Island. This is Bowhead's best island for sure. Such a good intro. Like, okay, this island, before we had also Bookworm and the Dipsters, like, but this island, how it was before, like, past year or so, I guess technically it's slightly over a year. This island was so
There goes
mid.
Pete.
It was so mid before the recent updates. But the Fire
Bowhead.
Bowhead here is Psychic Island. Even Edamimi pops up. This is Edamimi's best island. I also just love Edamimi as a monster.
Nice.
Like, Edamimi pops off here.
Bookworm has some, kind of gives a really good percussion type
Exactly.
thing to this
Bookworm
song.
adds a good heavy percussion. The song didn't have heavy percussion.
Yeah.
Psychic Island, I pretty much just shared all my thoughts, but like, the fire expansion monsters make this one really good. Before the recent updates, mediocre as hell island, worst magical island before recent updates. But because of Bowhead, Edamimi, because of the fire expansion overall, and the seasonal update, they fill out the song a lot more. Like, a lot of people say, oh, Periscorp carries the entire island, but Periscorp doesn't carry the island on its own. Bowhead and Periscorp together really fill out the song. But Periscorp was not carrying the island on its own. Like, that intro before Bowhead was hot garbage. But overall, solid B tier, I think, in my opinion. Solid B tier. What do we got next? Fairy Island. Ah. Now we have the weakest magical island. I mean, it's not bad, but it's just...
I kind of wonder what it'd be like if it had like a more mystical feel around it. Kind of similar to Ethereal Island, where it kind of just feels like a new world type thing. Because, yeah, that's kind of the, you know, the way it feels with trailer.
Exactly, yeah. Also, by the way, specifically Do is terrible on this island. I don't know why it hits those low notes. They don't work. Feels nice here. That's very Fire monsters are just goated. Like, most of these islands without fire monsters are Husky, Curly, Fluke, Fly,
There's a lot of green rares on this island.
And then we have what makes this island so Stop the song. Stop the song. Who thought this was a good idea? Everything else in this island, even like Cantorell is just kind of mediocre, I'll be honest. But everything else in this island feels feels whimsical. It feels fun. And then we have Hippity Hop, which is bow bow. Like, who genuinely, who thought this was a good addition? It's such a bad addition to the song. It's like, it's the same level as Wubbox on Ethereal Island for me, where it's just so incredibly out of place that it's unbearable to listen to in the song. I have my Hippity Hop muted. I very rarely mute monsters in the songs, but Hippity Hop is so bad here. Nexus, it's not exactly great, but at least it does something that, at least it feels in line with the song on Nexus. Here, it couldn't be more mid. It couldn't be more mid. It's so garbage. Such a garbage monster. It's so fucking garbage. Because of Cantorell's looks? No, none of these are being ranked based on looks. Although Hippity Hop is just disgusting to look at as well. We'll let the song finish. Sorry, I had to skip where Hippity Hop was playing. I didn't want to hear it. There we go. I don't want to hear it play again. I don't think it's actually skipping. I think it's just looping. I don't know why.
It's like, to the Shadow Realm you go, Hippity Hop!
Kana's so nice here. This ending is really nice. I don't know. Honestly, Fair Island's... It's also just not really my type of music. I feel like I gotta put it in D tier, honestly. Fairy Island ends up in D tier.
I kind of wonder what it'd be like to kind of like redo certain songs that like we feel off about. Like we just take all like Air Island.
My own edition of like Fairy Island. I had a concept for that.
Ooh.
I don't know if I'll end up going through with that. All right, next up we
I
have...
need to figure out how to make animations easier for like Mycene Monsters animations, because I feel like I kind of want to animate like some more. I mean, of course, with the whole you know, Pentumbra thing.
True, yeah, that's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
All right, we're close to the end. We got Bone Island next.
Hi, this is Jamor, and the little thing that I love about the Chick-fil-A spicy honey pepper pimento chicken sandwich.
I feel like Bone Island is. I feel like everyone can agree that Bone Island was definitely the weakest fire expansion.
I don't know, Gnarls is like, I love
good,
Gnarls' sound.
But it's also a little too off sync for me. Like Gnarls is always a little off sync, but it's noted also. Okay. I have to talk about this. Echidna's vocal is hot garbage. I don't care what anyone says. Like, listen to this part. Like, it's bad. I don't understand why. Like, like people are like, it's cute, sure, but it's not. Doesn't mean it's good. It's like, okay, well, it's like Gobblegord, but Gobblegord doesn't sing out of key, or I don't know if it's actually out of key, but it just doesn't sound good. So Echidna's vocal has never sat right with me. I have it muted on specifically the vocal track muted by just using the recording studio.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know. I don't like it, and I know MPG's gonna be mad at me, and I'm sorry, MPG, but I don't like Echidna's vocal. I used to not like Echidna as a monster overall because its second track here is just kind of mediocre too, but Nexus made it so I just don't like the vocal track specifically, and I like Echidna overall.
I think every single time I've seen like kind of a what's the word? Like someone add Echidna to a fan island, they kind of usually take out the vocal entirely and just only do instrumental.
They do a good job singing. Like on Back Alley Bogart, Echidna has a good vocal. Like Echidna feels like it's a semitone too low or something. Is it weird to me that this is one of my favorite addition to Fairy Island out of the first version? Is it weird to to Gnarls and Fog at the same time here. It just sounds off. You hear that?
Yeah. It's kind of like a...
Gnarls is good, it's just off all the time.
So I think layering kind of like a more slow paced vocal with a more fast one is kind of, yeah.
Also, just like, Gnarls is off sync and Fog is more sync and it sounds noticeable. Also, thank you, Mr. Golden, for subscribing. I feel like Bone Island, I used to like it more. It's still good, but I don't like it the same way I used to.
I wonder how good Light Island and Bone Island would be if you switched Dromedary and Gnarls.
Light Island with Gnarls would go pretty crazy. I feel like... I think Bone is B tier. Bone is B tier, I think, yeah. I was not expecting Miracle to be A tier, I'll be honest. Okay, now we've got two bangers in a row.
Oh!
Magical Sanctum was the first island I saw completion of. here's the thing about Magical Sanctum monsters. A lot of them feel very similar to the Ethereal Island monsters in that a lot of them honestly aren't anything crazy, but unlike Ethereal Island, they still contribute a good amount to the song while doing so. Or they feel like they contribute to making the song good.
Oh, everything went black. What?
Oh, sorry, hang on.
Oh, it's back. What the?
So I didn't. Oh, sorry. I didn't even realize Peep left. He didn't do anything.
Peep did say something.
Did he? Oh, I missed it.
Yeah, Peep pinged both of us, and I literally said like, "There goes Peep."
Oh, I didn't hear that. Sorry. Trying to adjust my glasses. Thank you, Yoid, for subscribing. Oh yeah, here we go. Now it hits. Now it hits. You're ready. Magical Sanctum just hits. Honestly, like,
It does.
it's nothing crazy, but Magical Sanctum's definitely A tier.
Also, Carolong. Is that how you pronounce his name?
Carolong, yeah.
All right. I want to make sure it's not another situation where I'm accidentally pronouncing it wrong. But yeah, I feel like out of all the seasonals, it might be one of my favorites.
It's a pretty solid one. Alright, now,
Yeah.
now Magical Sanctum is good, and it may still be, once again, recency bias, but I feel like there's a better Magical Island now. Also, I gotta wait. Yeah, I'll go ahead and hit it. Thank you, Overlane, for subscribing. Magical Nexus alone redeemed so many of the magical monsters. Gob, Whimsy's Pechidna. Hit it, Bloat! Yeah, Bloat pops off on this island. I'm so proud of my boy Bloat. I love Bloat. It's one of my favorite monsters. I wish Denches were a little better on this island. I love Denches. Stick and Smiley don't pop off here like they do on Bone Island. Clavinat though goes crazy. I've always been a little iffy on the transition into this verse, but I think it's grown on me. I didn't like it at all when Nexus first came out, but it's grown on me.
I don't know. I haven't listened to Nexus like all that much, but it's a pretty solid song, I think.
Magical Nexus. I think that's an S tier. I mean, yeah, that's S tier. Honestly.
Yeah.
It does.
Also, it all.
Continue.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say it all released together instead of like just waves at a time.
That's true, yeah. Like, it's weird to me that the two most recent islands are some of the best ever the game has seen, but also that just means they're just getting better and better at making these. Like, Nexus doesn't top Workshop for me, but Nexus is so fucking strong. Like, it does a good job having variety, which MSM Island sometimes struggle a little bit with. Like, throughout the song, there's always different things playing.
Yeah, with the they just keep getting better and better. That's kind of how it works.
True. I mean, the island before them was Mythical Island. So, like, things have been doing well.
Yeah.
And then we have Seasonal Shanty.
These mushrooms make you feel
better.
Hello, mushrooms. Now we've said Seasonal Shanty. Now, I love the seasonals. Wow, 9 Candle Jamboree. Now there's been so many different iterations of that now. Now, Seasonal Shanty was the first island I saw from start to finish. I was there when I was playing the game when it released, and I was playing the game when it completed. Magical Sanctum, I wasn't there when it released. That being said, Seasonal Shanty has some of the best sounds for some of the seasonals, but to be honest, Shanty's one of the weaker ones. It's not bad. It's just, I mean, Fiddle and Bookworm do pop off together. That Godly Gourd, Fiddle, Schmoochel, and Bookworm are really solid together on this island.
I forgot if Bookworm was like the last seasonal that was kind of announced, or was it Moncula?
Monster added to this island.
Because everyone was kind of like, why is there no heavy percussion? Why? Ah!
Now, I love the seasonals, but they just don't quite hit as hard when they're all together on an island. Like, Jamboree is one of my favorite monsters, but it's also just here. Well,
I mean, it definitely could be a lot worse.
Jamboree is actually pretty good here. I take that back. It kind of is like wherever it's playing, it kind of makes that part of the song. Jamboree is pretty similar, actually, honestly. But overall, I think Shanty's C tier for me. Yeah, it's definitely C tier, because like putting it with Cold Island, Water Island, yeah, Shanty's in C tier for me.
Yeah.
It just doesn't hit as hard. Now here's one that I am very indecisive about. Amber Island. Has potentially the best roster of monsters in the entire game. But it just doesn't use the full potential of that. I mean, we've got Bowhead, Gnarls, Dromedary, Tusky, Flugel, Krillby, Snizer, Yelman, Kana, Edamimi, Souza, Repetillo, Fangler, Wollaby, Rudy Toot, all on an island. Tiawa! I forgot about Tiawa. Like, it just doesn't quite utilize them to their full potential. That being Ziggurat as well. That being said, I don't know. The main verse feels too empty. So does the intro. Oh, okay, actually, Sog does hit here. Okay. I feel like Amber Island, I like it less when I'm not listening to it. Whenever I listen to it, I'm like, okay, this is better than I remember. Chris H, thank you for subscribing. Wink is certainly here. This verse hits. Woo! Flugel is so good here, to be fair. I know, I just feel like they didn't use their roster of monsters to its fullest potential.
Yeah, they had a huge roster here, and
Like,
some of them
okay.
kind of...
We have Dromedary, Bowhead, Tiawa, Gnarls, Tusky, Yelmet, Kana, Rudy Toot, Flugel, Stog, Glowl, Snizer, Krillby, Zigarab, Repetillo, Fangler, Wollaby, Souza, Edamame. There's so many good ones here. They could have done so much with Amber Island. And I love I do like Amber Island's song. But it just feels like there could be more. Like, melody-wise, it is so good. It's really good. It's in minor key. It's so cool. But it just doesn't do everything it could. It could have done more. And it just didn't. I hope they update it in the future. I really hope they add to Amber Island. It has potential to be the best island in the game, but it's just lacking in a lot of places. I really hope they find something they could add. Add, like, the Fire Island seasonals here. I mean, I don't know what Gobligor and Spurt would actually add here, but, like, I'm sure they gotta add I hope they add something to Amber Island. There's just, it needs more. This outro is amazing, to be fair.
Amber Island Fire Expansion.
Amber Island Fire Expansion. Honestly, like, I would take them adding to Amber Island. Like, it just... it's so hard for me to rank. But at the end of the day, it is still really solid. I do think I put Amber in 8 here.
I remember these, like, really early predictions of, like, before we even knew, like, what was going on Amber Island, if it was just the fire monsters or if there was everything with the fire element. I remember seeing this one video with Raw Zebra animated of, like, Hollow and a few others. That, I freaking loved that.
Amber Island has I think it's still lacking in a lot of places. But if they ever add to it in the future, like, I feel like it could, if it gets the Psychic Island treatment, Amber Island could be the best island in the game. I don't know what they could add, really, to Amber Island, though, is the thing. Unless they go, like, pull a fire expansion and do something completely out of left field. Like, the fire seasonals would be cool, but I really don't know what they would do to help the song. Dipsters could potentially help, but again, I don't think they would be able to help in the places it needs it. It needs more bass. Which is weird, because there's 4 different base monsters on this island, and yet it's the most lacking in base. Why didn't they just give it a castle base? Just give everyone a castle base. That's all it needs, honestly. Like, with Decoropod on Amber Island, a lot of it was just adding base to verses. Regardless, though, Amber Island is still solid. Now, here we go.
That oral pain keeps you from feeling like yourself. So
Oh yeah, rare Wubbox on Wubbox. You guys get to hear my thoughts on that. Okay, here's my in-depth thoughts on Wublin Island rare Wubbox. Okay.
None of that picked up.
Dev, I just said, That's my in-depth thoughts on Wubbox on.
Oh yes.
Wublin
I kind of want to point out. I feel like some of its animations feel like way too smooth for Rare Wubbox.
I think it works. Rare Wubbox is cool on this island, but it doesn't really add anything. Monka is still a pop song. Wobbling Island is just so good, though. Like, you can't go wrong with Wobbling Island. This is the best. Like, Wobbox works so incredibly well in Wobbling. It's so good on this song. Wobbling Island doesn't have any duds. Thank you, Pump, for subscribing. This part is cool for us. Roblox needs to be louder on this island, though. I don't know why I skipped that early. I feel like Wobbling Island, you just can't go wrong with Wobbling Island. I don't think there's ever been a bad addition to Wobbling Island. Honestly, I think Wobbling Island gets S tier. You just can't go wrong with Wobbling Island. It's just so good. I don't think it's the best island in the game, but like it basically does what Workshop does, and it has a very similar thing with Workshop. Workshop I like more than Wobbling Island, significantly more, but Wobbling Island is still very solid. I just really I like these sort of vibes of these songs. Dev, what do you think of Wobbling Island?
It's I feel like I kind of love it. It's like very exciting, like probably the what's the word? I don't know, just everything's bass boosted. It kind of gives that feeling of like electricity.
Exactly. It definitely feels very electric. Now is an island that I feel like is a little underrated, frankly. I still to this day have never really understood the hate for Celestial Island. Like, I understand it to agree. There's definitely some. It's just it's weirdly structured, and a lot of the monsters are significantly weaker on Celestial Island than they are in Starhenge. But the song overall is still really good. This is really good. I like Celestial Island more than Starhenge, which is a very hot take. Like, I just never, I don't understand people's distaste for this song at all. Whole world to see. I don't know if they'll ever add to Celestial Island in the future, but if they do, I think it could definitely use some additions. It's not S tier, but I think it works. I still like Celestial Island. A lot of people don't, and I just don't quite get that. For me, it's probably A tier, honestly. What are your thoughts, Dev?
I still remember everyone talking about Galvano, like everyone was kind of like, why does it sound like that? Why is that one that makes that sound? So I don't know.
Interesting.
It's one of those songs I haven't like heard enough, I don't think, because of the fact that like it is so difficult to get everything in it,
Fair.
like in game.
I only have like
So
half of
I
it.
don't even have a single Celestial filled up.
I've got half, I think. Yeah, half. Maybe more than half. Got 6 or 7. Celestial Island, I think, like, a lot of people hate it because it's, like, a lot of the monsters are just so much weaker than they are in Starhenge, but I still think Celestial Island is a good song on its own. Alright, we got the last main game island, and then we got the 6 Dawn of Fire islands. It was Tribal. Tribal Island's a good one. I do think it's got a similar vibe to Plant Island, where I just hear it so often, just because, you know, I'm always feeding on the Tribal Island. Like, it's pretty much something you visit weekly at least. So it's a little oversaturated for me, but not to the same level as Plant Island.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think it's also A tier, because it is a good song. Like, it is pretty good. What do you think, Dev?
I feel like the introduction of Kana to that island, like,
Well,
you know, it was like the big reveal and
Oh yeah, sorry, I thought you were saying like they updated it to add Kana, but I'm pretty sure Kana was there from
yeah, no, I meant like kind of like the big reveal of like Kana being on the island. I feel like I don't know, it's like a really good way to like introduce a new element. I kind of wish they would do that if there was like ever more elements, you know, like that, I guess.
That's true. Well, I will say one thing that kind of disappoints me from Tribal Island. It's not about Tribal Island itself, though. The whole thing about Tribal Island is that Kana is this mysterious extra fire element monster, but nowadays, most people will be unlocking fire islands far before they get a high enough level in the tribe to unlock Kana. So they already know about Kana from, like, all the YouTubers I watch replay playing MSM, it's like, oh hey, it's Kana. Why is Kana randomly here? It's like, you weren't supposed to know it's Kana yet. I feel like they should make it so, like, Kana isn't unlocked until you reach that goal at some point. I feel like that would be a lot cooler. Like, you just have to unlock it once, but once you hit level 100 in a tribe for the first time, you unlock Kana on the other islands or something. That would be a good addition, I feel like. And the fire monsters on the other islands. I just think that would be a good thing they should do. Because otherwise, like, it defeats the whole purpose of the tribe, unlocking Kana. Speaking of fire, time for the Dawn of Fire Islands. Now, how recently was this? Because I'm actually gonna save. Okay, this was 5 days ago. I'm saving this one for last. How do I move it in the playlist? Okay, you know, we'll just go to it last. We'll start off with we'll go to continent last. Party Island, aka Edamame Island. That's what I consider it. It's insane to me that Party Island hasn't been updated in so long that, like, this video here still uses the old size of Party Island, back before they increased the size of it. That's how long it's been updated since the song was updated. The last edition was fucking Scups.
Furcorn lyrics! Furcorn lyrics!
Also Kana lyrics. I feel like Party Island suffers from its roster of monsters. There's very few, like, Stog and Ziggurat are pretty much the only, like, outstanding monsters here. And Quibble. And Quibble, okay, Quibble. When Quibble pops off in the song, it does go pretty hard. But, like, the thing is, like, you've got, like, Scups, Shrub, Pom-Pom, Octopus, T-Rox. Like, none of them are particularly, well, Scups is bad, but none of them are particularly bad on their own, but they just don't really, they don't make a song. There's not enough monsters to make a song here. Not the right monsters to make a song. It's got all the, like, tiny little freckles that they add to songs just to fill it out a little more. Rather than, like, Chorister, I'd argue Edamimi, Candelabra, Kana, and Stog, and Quibble are pretty much the only real, like, song fillers here. No, Candelabra isn't a song filler. Well, actually, on Party Island specifically, it is a song filler. When Candelabra is a song filler, that's how it, you know, is kind of like a weak island. A lot of people despise this island, and I don't despise it. I think there's islands that are significantly worse than Party Island. This is still enjoyable, and they still got some head. It's still a banger, honestly. Like, it's still catchy. I still vibe to it. But it needs, the fact they didn't add any new monsters to it when they added a bunch of new monsters to Dawn of Fire, and they added 3 of them to Cave Island, which was already perfectly fine as is. Not that I am dissing Cave. The fact they added 3 to Cave Island and none to Party Island in the recent updates is like, come on,
I feel like Pong Ping probably would have worked so much better on Party
Pong
Island
Ping
than it did
and
Cave.
Mimic would have worked better on Party Island than Cave. That's a song.
Do you think Mimic would just also say, "Come on over here"?
Probably.
Just like for recording
But it
Kana.
would fit. I will say, I do have a collab with a friend coming out soon that is adding something nice to Party Island. It's not going to be on my channel, it's going to be on their channel. And I can't say anything about it yet. Probably be ready next week, I think, is when he said the animations will be done. But yeah.
Ooh.
Party Island. I mean, for me, it's honestly the same as the C-tier islands. It's enjoyable, but it's just kind of, for me. I think that's about right. Now for Space Island.
Bowhead.
Bowhead. I still think Bowhead and Dawn of Fire look so sick. So Candelabra's really good on Space Island. Bowhead does add quite a lot.
Freaking love Bowhead.
I know, it's such a good monster.
Also, the animations are so fluid.
I love that. Bowhead has good held notes and all, but when it does fast notes, it's so good. This verse needs something. It's okay as is. This verse just needs something. I really hope they decide to add either seasonals or mythicals to the outer islands, because this part could use a mythical in it. Any mythical would do. Seasonals, I don't know what a seasonal would be with that, but any one of the mythicals would do here. Kajube, Bazinga, any of those would work.
I feel like they would probably put Yule on Space Island just because of the whole, like,
I could see that.
I don't know, maybe it's because it's cold up there.
It is pretty cold in space. Alright, Space Island. I mean, I'm not too big on it. It's nice, but I think it probably goes in B tier for me. What do you think? Would you agree with that statement, or would you put it higher personally?
That B tier actually kind of seems pretty, like, just kind of a middle range of, like, not, like the best of the best, but still pretty decent.
Yeah, like, it's pretty even with all, like, I feel like I'm doing a good job with this ranking, because, like, I see all these islands pretty equally, and I see all these islands pretty equally, see these pretty equally, see these pretty equally. Now onto Cloud Island. I feel like people aren't gonna like my take on this.
Looks like laundry day is today.
Talking washing machine!
I'll be honest, the thing I don't like about Cloud Island is Shelby. It's just too intense later on. If it was this the entire time, it would be alright, it would be fine. But Shelby just goes too intense later on in the song.
Oh, Shelbeat. I don't know why I thought you were saying Shelby, and I'm like, who the fuck is Shelby?
Cloud Island has such a strange roster. But a lot of the islands, sure, like, their roster doesn't entirely look like it fits, but here especially, like... Entbrat?
Oh, it's Dromedary
Dromedary?
on the clouds.
Good question. Instazor? Like, huh? Boscus? It's so weird. Pango? So many weird choices. Shellbeat? So many strange choices. Rumble, another one.
Shake it to the right. Shake it to the right. Shake it to the right.
The fact they still haven't increased Kroby's audibility annoys me. Is that a word? Audibility? I'm not sure.
Maybe?
I don't like Tuskaky's quick notes here. He feels a little off timing as well. Its first track here is really good, but the second track is... Shelby doesn't fit this part. Why is he so fast? Why is he so intense? This may seem like a hot take. I don't like Cloud Island that much either.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Not my most favorite island.
I feel like it goes in D tier personally, honestly. Like, I just don't... It's just kind of mediocre, in my opinion.
Ooh, I'm kind of excited. I'm guessing next is gonna be Cave.
Meanwhile...
Oh!
It's been a minute since I've heard Gnarls here, and I'd love to hear him again.
Gnarls is just such a good monster, in my opinion.
Gnarls, Yelmet, Krillby, Bogart, Kana, Riff, Growl, Quibble all on an island, Flugel, actually Flugel's kind of mid here. Shellbeat. Even ones like Mimic, by Sonorous, I love this one. Oh, that hits.
honestly, it might be probably one of my favorite islands on Dawn of Fire.
It's the best island in Dawn of Fire. Well, maybe. We'll see.
It's kind of hard to top this.
There is one I think might top it. That hits. Just don't look at the broken animations in this version. God damn, that slaps. In my opinion, it's an S tier.
Yes.
It's
I completely agree.
It's so good. It's boss music. It's so good. Yeah, Wink goes hard on Cave Island. Wink is so good on Cave Island. Okay.
Yeah, just everything.
Now we got Starhenge. Which is good.
I forgot.
But I'm just not as fond of Starhenge as I am of Celestial Island. Starhenge is good, but
I freaking love Skaratar's sound.
Skaratar is good here. Or Skaratar, technically.
I can't unsee Starhenge without. Oh, is it? Oh, is it Skaratar?
I believe so, yeah, because it's Scarab and Sitar.
Oh, that's a very good point. I was gonna say, I can't unsee Starhenge without thinking about the entirety of Celestial Scrapyard.
Starhenge fits in line with a lot of other islands where certainly good, I certainly vibe to them, but they don't stand out to me as being amazing. Like, it doesn't stand out to me as something incredible that I'd add to my playlist. I also think the transition is a little weird. Like, going from this part into the next verse doesn't quite mesh well in my opinion. It just doesn't quite work in my opinion.
It kind of goes from like just all of a sudden it's smooth and like slow.
It's a total
Is that the
melody
right description?
change.
Yeah.
Soon pops off. This may seem like a weird take. I prefer Vamp sound on Celestial Island to Starhenge. It's just kind of chords here, and it's pretty, sure, but it doesn't feel like it adds that much.
I forgot what Vamp sounded like on Celestial Island. Oh yeah.
Like, I prefer that to this. It's just held chords. It's good, but
I don't know what the song needs, but it's like, you know that monster can sound better.
Alright, so people might get mad at me for this take, but it's only B tier. Solid.
We're already down to the bottom of the barrel.
There's one more island left. One I saved intentionally for last. And I think this one just... there's no competition. I think maybe Cave Island's a competition, but still. Especially with the Mythicals added, just making this even better.
And there's still more to be added, I guess.
They're adding so many... Like, this island is just gonna get so much better. Because the Mythicals,
Yeah.
the base Mythicals are so good. Like, the core seasonals are kind of mediocre, and on Continent they don't add a lot, really.
Wait, Baby Bazinga. Baby Bazinga.
Bazinga,
Yeah.
Strombonin,
Baby Cheryl. You think Cherable is gonna be on this?
I mean, I assume so. It's a Mythical.
Also on Fire Oasis.
Anglo as well. I guess I can see why Cherable might not be here lore-wise, but it lives in the living ocean, and the living ocean is on the continent. Once I've gotten used to Blabbit on continent, I still hate it, but I can ignore it.
How freaking like Rooted 2 makes this part.
Rooted 2 is so good here.
Yeah.
It even has something that makes me laugh. That always turret on Fire Oasis is like the only other monster to do that. It worked well in the song. I like Hula on Continent. I honestly like this verse. It's a little loud, but just don't put it right up front. It works.
Kind of reminds me of that earlier thing I said, where like, do you think Mimic would just mimic the whole frame, like, you know, the whole thing Party Island says with for Corn and Kana, but here it's like, there is that third thing, but it's unique.
Oh, here comes Kachoo. Next verse. They extended the continent too, which is kind of what it needed, honestly. Hit it, Kachoo. It goes so hard.
I just turned into Albert for a second.
Sorry. Speaking of going hard, they added one of my favorite monsters to Continent. Oh, he doesn't play yet. Hang on, it's the next verse. Thank you, the MSM Guru, for subbing. Hit it, boy! That dissonance is so good.
Oh, it's like so different from Yostrich's sound, but still so good.
And then Gnarls too. Kajou plays here too. There is no question that that is S tier. There's no way, even with the seasonals being kind of mediocre. Like, even with like two of the seasonals being kind of mediocre, honestly, the only seasonal I really dislike on Continent is Blabbit. Shmoochel's a bit too high-pitched, but apart from that, it's fine. And then the other ones are good, in my opinion. People hate Hula. I don't hate Hula, though. Continent is S tier. It just is. And with the Mythicals, it's just gonna get better. But I think that's a completed island tier list. Chat, what do you think of my opinions? Are my opinions trash? I feel like honestly this list isn't too controversial. Like the only rankings I think are really controversial are probably like Ethereal Island, Air Island, maybe. I just don't understand people liking Air Island, honestly. Like, how do you not think that's crowded? People hated my ranking all monsters tier list. Hopefully you guys like my ranking songs tier list more.
You ranked all the monsters?
Oh, it was a long stream. I forgot Coliseum. That doesn't have a song. Neither does Composer, so not ranking it. Rank the last two.
Yeah.
No, they're not songs.
Make a new tier called the Shadow Realm and put them in there.
Or I'll make actually, the Shadow Realm. Yeah, that's a great name. Thank you, Dev.
To the Shadow Realm you go, Jimbo. Oh, it's just down the street, right next to the Chick-fil-A.
I go there often. Shadow Realm.
Take me with you. I freaking love Chick-fil-A.
Alright, there we go. There you go, guys. They're ranked.
At least the text is barely visible.
Exactly. I think this is a pretty
honestly
good
fitting
list,
for the Shadow Realm. Yeah.
Like,
I wish I was there for the... Oh.
What?
I was gonna say, I wish I was there for the ranking monsters, because I feel like I definitely know a lot more on, like, you know, ranking designs and animations, instead of, like, here I'm like, I like music. Yay. You and people are, like, getting so into detail.
That's fair, that's fair. I mean, I have it as there's a stream highlight video on that you could watch if you want, but... Ooh. I think this list is pretty good. I don't think I'd really change anything here. I was not expecting Mirror Cold Island to end so high, honestly. That's probably the thing that surprised me the most, but it was just good.
Splendid.
Indeed. And then, yeah, these are, like, my favorite songs in the game. So it makes sense that these are all S tiers. I count Light Island as S tier because you just need to mute one monster and then it's God tier. Even with Kana, it's still A tier in my opinion.
Bye bye, Kana. Bye bye.
It's kind of sad to me that Kana can be the worst on an island because Kana is probably the best single elemental, honestly. At least of the naturals. I think this is a pretty good list. Like, I think the only controversial opinions are probably the 3 I put in D tier. Because I know people like.
Listen, I feel like if you put any islands in like low tiers, I feel like someone out there is gonna be like,
people are gonna.
Ashley, you put this island in F tier. I'm gonna raid your house.
I don't think there's anything here that's particularly too high controversial. Like, I feel like there's nothing here that I ranked highly that people dislike. Maybe Mirror Island being in C tier, as opposed to a lot of people currently hate it. But I think the controversy of this list probably comes from the ones I ranked low. But I don't care. I stand by my opinions. Air Island is
How to get
garbage.
cancelled? How to get cancelled? Put Ethereal Workshop in F tier.
Well, no. I love that song. Maybe. Okay, I think I will change one thing. I'm gonna move Woblin just down to A. I think that's the change I'm gonna make. Thank you, Handy Michelson, for subscribing. Okay, that's definitely a finalized list. It wasn't quite sitting right with me having Woblin at the same level as the other 4. Still a banger song. That's why it's an A tier.
Definitely feel like all the S tier songs are kind of. Actually, never mind. I was gonna say they're definitely like a lot more like slow and kind of. I don't know what's the right word, like. Yeah, no, with Ethereal
Workshop, Nexus, and Cave Island are not slow. Continent's the only slow. Well, Nexus is kind of slow at times.
Oh yeah, no. Why? I don't know why I was imagining Cave Island as a slow song. I just now the memories like blasted back into my brain.
It's probably the fastest song in the game, honestly.
Oh, it is?
I don't know if it is or not, but it might be.
I think maybe just like the long.
I think it's the only one in swing as well, which took me forever to realize.
Oh.
Actually, eat the microphone. Oh.
You know, Ashley, that's not how you eat your microphone. This is how you do it. Oh.
Well, I know you can do it. Well,
I think the long. Yeah, I think the long vocals on Cave Island is what made me think it was a slow song.
Fair. I'm probably gonna post this list on my community tab in a little bit. It's pretty late for me. It's almost midnight in 15 minutes, so I'm gonna get some sleep now. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you, Deb, for joining us for this as well.
Bye bye.
Hope you guys liked the ranking. Oh, by the way, the official full trailer for Tear You Down comes out tomorrow. So be sure to check that out.
I can't wait to see it.
It's a banger trailer. I'm not ranking a loading screen. I'm gonna go get some food and go to bed. See you guys. See ya, chat.
I should probably get food too. Don't starve. Remember to eat and drink and live. Yeah.
Bye, chat.